Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create 3 stunning lighting effects in Photoshop. A dreamy cinematic glow, an aura sunset effect, and a realistic dual lighting look. Alright, let's take a look. We'll start with the first effect, the dreamy cinematic glow. First, duplicate the photo you want to edit. The shortcut is Ctrl-J. Next, change the layer's blending mode to hard light. Then, to add a soft glow, go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Adjust the blur amount to your liking, and once you're happy with it, click OK. Now, reduce the layer opacity until you get the softness you like. Next, create a new layer and select the gradient tool. And since we want to adjust the gradient, choose basic from the options. I want a warm tone, so I'm selecting a yellow color. Make sure the gradient type is set to radial. Change the blending mode to overlay. After that, use the gradient tool and apply the light from the direction where the sunlight hits the dog. Next, create another new layer. Now change the gradient color to black. Since the gradient type is already set to radial, we don't need to change it again. Then, apply the gradient on the opposite side, the shadow area where the light doesn't reach. Change this layer's blending mode to overlay. Because we need to soften the effect, lower the opacity on both gradient layers. And that's it. Now we have our dreamy cinematic glow effect. You can clearly see the result. If your photo background looks too simple, try using this effect. First, use the ellipse tool and draw a circle. For the fill, select gradient and add the colors you want. Next, duplicate the ellipse layer by pressing Ctrl-J. Now you'll have 2 ellipse layers. Select the one underneath and go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Increase the blur amount to create a soft glowing background color, then click OK. Now select the top ellipse layer. Go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and apply the blur as well. Now that we have the background ready, let's bring the model on top. First, duplicate the model layer so we can work on a separate copy. Next, use the Object Selection tool and select the subject. Once the selection is done, apply a layer mask. Now the model is separated cleanly from the background without blending into it. Move the layer to the top. Create a new layer. Select the gradient tool and in the gradient editor, choose basic. Then pick foreground to transparent. Apply the gradient from the bottom to darken the area and change the layer's blending mode to multiply. Create another new layer. Use the gradient tool again, and in the gradient editor, choose basic. Then select black and white. After that, change the gradient colors to the ones you want. When you apply the gradient tool, the photo may look a bit flat. To fix this, change the layer's blending mode to soft light. Now you can use the gradient tool to add lighting exactly where you want it. Next, select the ellipse layer and use Transform to increase its size. Using this method, you can now create a beautiful aura-sensitive effect on your photo. Now let's move on to the final effect. First, duplicate the model layer so we can separate it from the background. Use the object selection tool to select the model. This time, instead of using a layer mask, we'll use the duplicate method. Press Ctrl J and the selected model will become its own separate layer. Next, create a new layer for the background and fill it with black. Select the model layer, go to Transform, and choose Flip Horizontal. To add the colors, go to Create New Fill or Adjustment Layer and choose Solid Color. Select a blue tone and change the layer blending mode to color. Then, to add the red light, create another solid color layer. Pick a red tone and again, set the blending mode to color. Now, select the layer mask on the red layer. Use a soft brush with black as the foreground color and gently erase around the face to blend the lighting. And that's it. We now have an easy and realistic dual lighting effect. By using lighting effects like this, you can make your photos look more stylish, cinematic, and professional. See you in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.